أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Welcome to the community conversation. This is a Hujjat initiative. In these regular conversations with individuals, we will explore their struggle, achievements, courage and disappointments that shaped and guided their faith, family and community. Today we have Sukaina Noor Mohammed, who has joined us to have a community conversation and share her life journey and experiences. Sukaina was born in Mombasa. Her parents originally came from East Africa. Her father is Hussein Kanji and mother is Fatmabai Moledina. Maternal grandfather is Marhum Muhammad Moledina from Arusha and grandmother Marhuma Zainab Sadak from Mombasa, and the paternal grandfather Marhum Muhammad Bandali Kanji from Mombasa and the grandmother Marhuma Safdarbhai Karim Hirji from Mombasa. She did her primary education at the Star of the Sea School in Mombasa and secondary education at the Coast Girls High School in Mombasa. She arrived in the United Kingdom in 1986 and worked for British Telecom for 33 years as a trainer and planner. She recalls in her CV that since childhood I've grown up in a family deeply involved in community service. My parents and both sets of grandparents led by example. Watching them inspired me. I even helped my grandma with serving and picking up rubbish as a kid. So it is not a surprise that as soon as she got married in 1987 and settled in South London, she engaged herself with community life and joined Madressa to teach Quran. In 1990, she moved to North London and joined the Ladies Committee under Taherabai Kassam's leadership, serving as Secretary and Vice Chairlady in her second term. She was one of the first women in the Secretariat during Kassimbhai Manji's presidency. She also contributed to the welfare team led by Marhum Ramzanbhai Dhanji. Later, she served as Assistant Secretary under Nasimabai Karim ladies team and was appointed as Executive Committee member by the then President of Hujjat Jamaat Sibtain Alibhai to handle portfolios for events, Business Directory and Jamaat Directory. Currently, she is office bearer of Hujjat Jamaat under the current President Murtazabhai KG. She is also World Federation Councillor appointed by Safdarbhai Jaffer, the current President of the World Federation. She is married to Hassan Noor Mohammed and have 2 children and 4 grandchildren.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
She wrote in her CV that she organized numerous successful events which I would love to expand on if you'll permit. Of course, I'll permit, and you need whatever time you need. You can talk about, we can talk about these. Welcome, Sukaina Bhai, to the community conversation. Thank you for accepting this invitation to have a conversation. What are you doing presently?
Okay, so I am as an office bearer, as you know, as you have already mentioned, that I am an assistant. I was an assistant secretary. I've moved position to assistant treasurer,
right,
but I'm still in the secretariat as well.
All right. So, but what about outside the community? Do you are you sort of pursuing any career at the moment?
Not at the moment, because Jamaat work, World Federation work has taken a lot of time.
Right. Okay.
So I am not looking for. I'm actually not looking for a job. I'm not job hunting. I've done my 33 years.
Right.
Working for British Telecom. I've taken a step back and more time to be given out to the community.
So, just coming back to British Telecom, what was it like working for British Telecom? Because when you arrived to this country, presumably soon after you joined British Telecom.
Yes, I joined in 1988.
All right, so you arrived in 1986, got married in 1987. And
88.
And 88.
Yes.
And then British Telecom in 88, yeah?
Correct, yes.
Okay. For 33 years?
Yes, for 33 years.
What was it like?
Yeah, very challenging, very hard. This was in early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
Obviously, a woman with hijab in the city, and in a department, there was a lot of racism.
Okay, right.
So to combat that was a mission. And as time went by, things developed and changed for myself.
For the better?
On, for the better.
Right.
So I was a very basic clerical assistant.
At that time?
At that time when I first joined.
Okay.
And then I conceived my first child, which was not within the period of me taking maternity leave.
Okay.
So obviously I had to take the time out at that period of time where I was only asked to go for two months. And I came back and they told me that, Mrs. Noor Mohammed, we haven't got a position for you, but we have got something, but you will need to sit for an interview.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'm ready to do that. Alhamdulillah, then from the very basic clerical assistant, I went into a step ahead, literally one step. And then, I stayed there for 2 years. Then I was pregnant with Fatima, and that's when my 2 years maternity leave, I was entitled for it fully.
Okay, okay.
Then what happened was when I was coming towards the end of my maternity period, they rang me, the HR team, Mrs. Noor Mohammed, we haven't got a position for you. There is something we can offer you.
But you go for an interview?
And you need to go for an interview plus an exam.
All right, okay.
So it was a little more on the higher side of things. And I said, I'm ready, I'm up for it. And Alhamdulillah, I got through. And since then, I just went.
So, but in your CV, you say you're a trainer and a planner, is it?
Correct.
So what was that?
Okay, so after the clerical assistant period, which was 4 or 5 years of that, in between, I was trying to learn quite a bit of stuff internally.
Right.
Internally. So that's where the training side came in. And after all this technology, the advanced technology, obviously, they did not require a physical trainer. So there was a lot of CBTs involved, online training and whatever. So I had the opportunity with BT, Alhamdulillah, to travel. And I was traveling most of the time. Internationally, I was able to go to New Delhi, where they had opened a call center. So I was training there. Training and floor walking at the same time. And then I had the opportunity to go to Philippines as well. So I trained there as well. And most of the time I was more locally here, Manchester, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Leicester.
So when you say training,
yes,
you had to speak to quite a
class, literally a class or a team, or individual departments.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, at that time I did, but then it got a bit too much of traveling and the kids were still young.
Right.
But as time progressed and the kids were getting a little older, I had to step back as well. But at the same time, when stepping back, already the technology had already kicked in with online.
So it was taking over most of the things.
Most of the things were taken over by online. And then I had the opportunity to be a planner.
Right. What does that involve?
Okay, so now this planner is, I would plan a job for the high-skilled engineers. And these high-skilled engineers are the underground and the overground engineers, not the residential side of things, but these are the main engineers. They are a set of engineers who only work underground and overground.
Putting cable and all that?
Putting cable, so obviously liaising with the council, road closures, permits, all sorts of things would come under planning.
Right, so you make sure that this is the itinerary that you must complete.
Correct.
In terms of planning.
Correct.
Before you move into doing
before I can give that specific job out to the
person,
engineer.
Right, okay, so you make sure that everything ticks the box.
Exactly, from the start to the finish.
So, go on.
Yeah, so that was the planning job I thoroughly enjoyed.
Right.
We were hit by COVID, and we were one of the first companies to move working from home.
Right.
And that was in January. Yeah. So when we were at home, it was looking good. Then after a few months, 8, 9 months into staying at home, there were some meetings happening online. We were told that they are now recruiting all the undergraduates.
Okay.
And we need to be training the undergraduates.
Right.
And that was the alarm bell for me.
Right.
It's
So
time
you decided
now.
then time.
No, and
Time to leave.
no, I didn't decide that. The
Oh.
company decided that for me.
All right. Okay.
And I said, okay, this is a whistleblower for me. I'm actually training them, and they're undergraduates. And then we were just talking, colleagues and whatever. So they were actually looking for people who were over 30 years in service. We were very expensive to the company.
So you got a redundancy and all that sort of thing coming to you?
Correct, yes.
Right,
So that was the redundancy. I was a bit upset at the time.
Yeah.
If only I could do 2 more years.
Right.
And it would have been a bingo, but it's khair, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, yeah. He's a better planner than
Alhamdulillah,
us,
and it just worked out well because my grandson was born in November, and my job finished in December, end of December.
Do you miss it?
Initially, yes, I did. I did, yes, because I was a boss of my own, and I had team under me, so I was.
You were not answerable to many of the.
No, I wasn't. In fact, my manager, my boss, just left me, and as I said, I wasn't answerable. I had a team, so I was managing my team as well. So Alhamdulillah, it worked out well. But yes, I did miss initially. But now, more involved in community work, I don't think of work anymore.
Right. You're enjoying it, the community life.
Yeah, there are ups and downs,
Oh,
obviously. You know, there are challenges. Yeah, but Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So let's begin with what your wish was. You wanted to talk about successful events and the events that you organize for the community. Right? So start with the event that you can remember, the most successful one,
Sure.
if you can. Because what I'm going to do is, as we progress in our conversation, then I'll ask you again to perhaps talk about the most awkward one,
Yes.
and the most difficult one, and the most humorous one,
Sure.
if you can.
Sure.
So let's start with the successful one, and then we'll develop the conversation that way, if you don't mind.
Sure. Okay. So, as you clearly mentioned on my CV, that I was an assistant secretary during Nasimabai Karim's chairlady term, and that was the time of the pandemic.
Right.
Literally, we were in the pandemic time, and my daughter Fatima once tells me, "Mom, why don't you speak to Nasim Aunty, and get something on as an event?" I said, "Okay, tell me a little more about it." And she said, "Mom, a lot of people are furloughed within our community.
Right.
A lot of ladies, gents have lost their jobs. They've started their own little businesses from home. Why don't you do something to promote them?" So obviously, I took it to the team. Nasimabai was quite happy about that. And we started between me and Shagufta. She was the secretary at that time. We took that on board, and we had 2 successful Zoom.
All right.
Zoom business.
On business.
On
okay.
business. So we went.
So small enterprise skills and all that.
Correct,
okay.
correct. Who had already started from home.
Okay.
So we pitched it out to the community members.
Okay.
That was on Zoom because we were not able to meet physically at that time.
Right,
it was completely locked down at that period. And yeah, so that was our 2 successful Zoom.
Right.
We started from that.
And the impact was good?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, yes, Alhamdulillah. And then we decided once the lockdown was all over, we decided to have one in person.
Okay.
And that in person was a hit.
Right.
Yeah.
How many people attended?
We had over 1,000 footfall, roughly, or maybe just over
1,000?
1,000 attendees.
Oh, right. Okay.
Attendees. And what had happened at that time, we didn't have much space, obviously, here because it was under renovation. It was.
That's right. Yeah.
It was shut. So we decided to have it at Sunday Madressa, where it is at Northwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had about 36 registered businesses at that point, and we had about 1,000 attending. Now, when you said awkward, I'm going to talk a little bit about that too.
Afterwards, maybe?
Okay, sure.
All right, because I'm going to come to that.
Sure.
So let's say this is a successful event. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay.
So it was a successful event, alhamdulillah.
Right.
But at that point, we realized and we knew what has gone right and what has not gone
So
right.
the assessment.
The assessment
right. Okay.
straight away, we could tell. It was so obvious that we were able to tell spontaneously about it.
About the success or the.
Success, it was a success because we
But
had
there were also not successful things in there.
some awkwardness.
Awkwardness. Okay.
Yeah, some awkwardness.
We can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah. Then we decided after the event, the first in-person event, we had straight away our team, once we had completed the tasks, cleared up, we had a feedback session.
Right.
We said next year, we need to look for a bigger and better place.
All right. Okay.
We cannot let this happen again.
Right. So whatever the shortcomings was,
Sure.
you wanted to improve on that,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Good.
And yeah,
You're
go
gone.
on.
I was going to say that when in our conversation, we'll talk about the awkward event
Sure.
later on, okay?
Sure, yeah.
So I want to now talk about your growing up in Mombasa.
Yeah.
How was life like growing up in Mombasa?
Okay, life growing up in Mombasa.
Your schooling and inspirational figures, parental influence, all that, if you can bring that up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been raised in a very religious background.
Right.
There were times where I was rebellious.
Oh?
Yes, I
Really?
was.
Okay.
But alhamdulillah, I now realize that how important that foundation was for me.
The religious foundation?
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, growing up in a household where I had my dad's, Marhum, my father's brothers staying, cousins living, my dad's sister living, and my grandparents.
All together?
All together. I've grown in a home where everything was together.
And sharing.
And sharing.
And you felt very happy then?
Absolutely.
And comfortable?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was the first grandchild.
Okay.
So all the attention was obviously been given to me being the first grandchild, but at the same time, there were some disciplines at this.
As you were growing
As
up.
I was growing.
Yeah.
Then going across to Arusha.
Right.
During my school holidays.
Right.
My mom.
Why Arusha?
Arusha because of my mom's parents used to live there. So during holidays, my mom would go and visit her mom. My mama Shakir, Moledina.
That's right.
And
now
Abbas.
he played a huge role here. He was the vice president,
Correct.
right, of
He was.
Hujjat Jamaat. Yeah.
Yeah, he was indeed. Yeah, so even going to see my grandma in Arusha, I was in an environment where she used to recite majlises.
Okay.
She did a lot of community work. Having seen my mama himself, Shakir, being the president and vice president in Arusha Jamaat.
Right.
So literally, I've been raised in a home from both sets of grandparents, where there has been a lot of community work involved.
Right.
You see, and that made me a lot.
So sort of that shaped you in a way.
Correct.
But at the same time, although you're working for British Telecom, once that part of the life moved away from, what replaced was the community, eagerness to serve the community.
Yeah, but that didn't stop me. I was still working full time. That's when I was in Taherabai's committee.
All right, so at that time you were still working?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
right,
yes.
right,
I was
right,
still working full time. Taherabai's committee, Kassimbhai Manji's term.
That's right, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you arrived in the UK in 1986. Why UK?
Why UK? Because I came here for further study. And that was my interest more was into fashion designing.
Okay.
So obviously I was in a school in Hammersmith, a college, Katinka.
So fashion designing college?
Yeah, Katinka was one of the.
What's the name?
Katinka School of Fashion.
All right, okay.
And then obviously after a year I got a sponsorship to join London School of Fashion Designing.
All right, okay.
And by that time I was already engaged. And obviously I was living with Shakir uncle at that time. And Shakir uncle had to speak to my in-laws at that point that she will have to travel to France, or Paris rather, and she's got a scholarship. What do you think? They said, my father-in-law at that time, Marhum, said, give us a bit of time, let us think, and we'll come back to you. And obviously my father-in-law rang back, and he said that, Amari ghar ni reet nathi. So obviously,
Garni reet nathi.
chokri bare jai.
Right.
At that time, it was in 80s, yeah?
Right.
Late 80s.
Right.
Ke bare jai, ne iye Paris ma. So that's where it all stopped.
And your movement to Paris also stopped?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
So the year which I did my the diploma, the first diploma, that's it. That was it.
Okay.
By 87, yeah.
But that was your aspiration to become
That
a
was
designer.
my aspiration.
Right, okay. So now coming back to UK, how did the work in the community in Mombasa and work in the community, well, before that, when you came to UK, how did you find it?
Yeah, it was
It's a completely different society, isn't it?
Completely different society. I had no clue. There were certain things my aunt would sit down each evening. She would tell me, this is how you need to speak, you need to say like this. It's more...
What, in English?
Yeah, in English. You have to be very careful how you speak, and you know, when you're having a conversation with anyone, and there is somebody who is Dorio, you have to just speak in English. You're not talking in your own language. So there were all this culture stuff.
Right, yeah, which you had to adapt.
To adapt,
Right,
exactly.
okay.
And then the severe winter, which I was hit, coming from a very hot tropical weather, coming into the severe winter here. Yes, but Alhamdulillah, it was a journey, but it was a good journey, a very learning journey.
Okay. So you joined the Ladies Committee under Taherabai Kassam's leadership, serving?
Before I did, when I was staying with my mama, I was already a Madressa teacher, teaching Quran, when Marhum Takim was the president. Sorry, he was the head teacher.
Head teacher of the Madressa.
Madressa, yes, at one of the schools in STEM.
Right, okay. So you joined the Taherabai Kassam's team in her second term. So what is the role of Ladies Committee? I mean, try and explain to us the Ladies Committee. How does it situate in the overall aspect of Hujjat governance?
Correct. Okay. So obviously there is the president. He's the main person, the team, and then we as Ladies Committee are the buju, which is...
So you are a part of the committee under the executive committee,
correct,
right?
Correct.
So how is this chosen?
Okay, so how is this chosen? Taherabai came both terms. She came in...
Somebody appoints her, or?
No, she came in, she was voted in.
By the
ladies public.
By the ladies, okay. So how is the responsibility then shared? I mean, you decide, your committee decides on something. Does it need approval of the main committee? Or?
Of course. So Taherabai was always, she was part of the EC.
So represented the ladies' voice.
Correct.
There. Okay.
Correct. And then she would have a team to go with her in the EC meeting, but they would not be the executive committee. So if I went in with her to an EC meeting, I would just be an observer, but not an EC.
But Taherabai would be the EC member then?
She would be the trustee.
By virtue of...
Correct.
By virtue of the president of this ladies section.
Correct. And she would be the trustee as well.
Oh, of the executive
committee.
All right. So she would then voice the issues of you all, right?
Yes. If it is operations, it used to go to Alibhai.
Right.
If there are any approvals needed, then obviously it would go down to the OBs and it would be discussed in the EC as well.
Any memorable at that time, any memorable event that you think about, anything that happened there that you want to share? I'm talking about the ladies section that you were part of, Taherabai's team.
Yeah, I mean...
anything that you remember that you feel you want to share? Before I come to the awkward event that you may want to share with us.
I mean, with Taherabai's team, obviously, alhamdulillah, most of the things went very well. I mean, obviously Taherabai had to really work hard when she had to go into the EC meetings. And bearing in mind, you've got one female talking
I wanted to ask you, how was that? I mean, you know, one female amongst the male gender.
Yeah, that's why she was very comfortable. She would take her vice chairlady or her secretary.
Others as well, yeah.
Others as well. And it worked out. But yes, there are always hurdles, obstacles, challenges.
But you know, you are an office bearer now, office bearer, the one female office bearer. What about yourself? How do you find it?
To be very honest, initially when I was asked by the president and the vice president, I wasn't too sure at that point.
Right.
And then obviously my heart kept saying that I should go for it. And alhamdulillah, I don't regret, but I would very strongly advise, it's not a bad role to take as a female, but being only one female against 5, 6 men, I think we need 2 female in the OBs, sitting in the OB, 2 female, at least the one has got each other's company. Put it that way.
But I mean, do you feel that, I mean, yours is an appointed position or is it an elected position?
Appointed.
Now, so basically you were in an appointed position by virtue of the fact that you had the skills to contribute or because you're a female?
I would say both.
Right.
I would say both. I think I personally felt that obviously Murtazabhai wanted to bring somebody as a female in his OBs.
Right.
And at the same time, we had already had our manifesto as well in the ladies' side, who the chairlady Durain is at the moment currently. So I was also going to be in her team anyway. And yeah, so it was probably a ticking box exercise as well, but it is what it is.
But do you think, I mean, I'm just broaching a little bit more into it, do you think that we as a community in 2025, at least ladies on their own right, should be able to come to the committee on their own right with their own skills and with their own thoughts and views and all that, rather than a president obliged to, as a tick box exercise, that we've got a female in our...
Yeah, 100% I agree, and I agree what you have just commented on. And I have been going around to who I know, a few ladies within our community, my age and slightly younger than my age, that it is very important for a female to represent or females
in their own right,
yes,
their own issues.
Correct.
And maybe they have a vision for the whole of the community. They should be thinking in terms of the community rather than just female.
Yeah.
Whereas the man thinks about the whole community.
Correct.
Well, both of you should be thinking about the whole community.
Absolutely, and I've had some passing jokes as well with my friends here at mosque, and we said that we should have one female at least standing up for presidentship.
Well, yeah.
And we have got such caliber women in our community who will be able to run. Yeah. But is our community ready? That's another question.
Well, inshallah, let's see.
Inshallah.
Okay. No, but I want to now you talk to me about events that you organize, and you love to talk about it. Any awkward event that you started to organize and it became so awkward for you?
Okay, so I wouldn't say that it was very awkward, but it was kind of awkwardish at the time.
Right.
As I mentioned to you earlier, the first in-person small business showcase, which was in Sunday Madressa.
That's right.
At Northwood.
Yeah.
And with the footfall, as I mentioned, over 1,000 attendees, there was a little bit of social hijab problem.
All right. Okay. And how did you resolve that?
Okay. At that point, obviously, because there was so much happening, we had dignitaries from the council, we had the mayor, the mayoress, and everybody at that point, and we had the keynote speakers. We could not think anything out of that. It was just, we were more concentrating on our event as such, because we had the COH president, we had the WF president, attending as well.
Right.
So we really didn't think of all that, how to try and what do we say? Try and get the
ethos right.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
I mean, to change the circulation of people, movement, or anything as such.
All right.
But we knew that was a taboo at that point.
Right.
And that's where then we quickly decided, obviously the same night we sat down with the feedback, that was the first topmost, that there was not, social hijab was not maintained, because there were the influx of people who attended, and there was not much space for movement.
For movement, right.
So that's where we then decided to have a bigger and better place.
Right.
And obviously with my contact, who I know, in Harrow Leisure Centre,
right.
I was able to get
a better venue.
Better venue, which
Right,
was Byron Hall. And we've had three events there so far. And with that,
And all went smoothly?
Alhamdulillah, so far, yes.
Yeah.
So during the keynote speakers who we had, at that point, they were actually talking about their journey, how they were as an entrepreneurs, and saying their life story, how they started with business.
So they shared the story.
That, yes, absolutely.
And
so
people learned from there.
correct.
Yeah? Okay.
And one fine evening, I just had a thought, and I said, okay, why don't we have a competition for the entrepreneurs in our community who wants to begin,
All right.
to become an entrepreneur.
Right.
They don't know where to start, signpost them and everything. So I took it to my team, which is the small business showcase. I've got a core team. So I took it to the team.
Mainly ladies or ladies and gents?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah. And Miqdad was and is part of the team as well.
Okay.
Was, yeah, and is still, yes. So we all sat down in the annex and we said, let's look into this. First prize, one top prize, £10,000.
Oh.
Yeah. And
is that the one which came into the Shia, the TV thing?
no, that was something different.
It's something different.
Correct.
All right. Okay.
Safir TV has recorded us,
Right.
but it hasn't been televised as such. It was like a documentary.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So
yours was sort of a 10,000, just to sort of go back, 10,000 prize, yeah?
correct.
The one who wins.
Who wins?
Okay, yeah.
So this was like one of a team member. She said, let's launch it in Ramadan. We were more closer to Ramadan.
Right.
Bibi Khadija, she was an entrepreneur.
That's right, yeah.
Let's call it Bibi Khadija entrepreneurial competition.
Okay.
Youth competition.
Yeah.
I said, fantastic, let's do that. So that was the first year.
And it went very well?
Alhamdulillah, we had, oh gosh, I think about 15 applicants.
Right.
Who went into the whole competition period, like Dragon's Den.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And so one walked away with 10K.
Right.
And that was part of the SBS in Byron Hall.
Right.
So we had that first year, in fact, all the 3 years, we've had about 90 businesses showcasing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the same time, not at the same time, once we had timings for the stalls, and then we had the competition, which would be the final version, where the community can come and listen.
So it's still running then?
Yeah, so that happened before, the year before. Then last year we decided to go for 3 prizes.
Okay.
The top prize, second
£10,000?
and third. 10,000, 7.5,
And?
2.5.
So where did you get all this money, prize money then?
Okay, so the first time there was a specific donor who gave 10K. The second time, obviously we were promised, pledged, but we never saw the money.
Right.
So obviously KSIMC has ended up paying for that. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we did was this year we took a bit of a gap. We wanted to do a kind of workshop, signposting and etc.
All right.
But before that, last year, I had partnered up with Brunel University.
Oh,
In
okay.
Harrow, they were actually signposting anyone who wants to start up new businesses if they're not sure what needs to be done, etc. So we had about 12 who were registered, and of which 3 completed.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was one of the top successes so far.
Okay. So you've got the successful one, the awkward bit there.
Yeah.
What about humorous? Do you have any event that you've done and became quite a sort of a humorous event? I mean, you started seriously and became humorous. Have you got an event like that in mind?
I mean, there have been events, but I have really not given a deep thought about
The humorousness
part,
of it,
part of it. But Alhamdulillah, I mean, as I said, there has been number of events taken place, which is the Kumbh seminar.
Right.
Then we had the Wheel seminar as well.
And that went successful, wasn't it?
Alhamdulillah, yes.
So Kumbhs and Wheels were very successful?
Yes, they were. So the Wheel seminar was one of the first ones. We had Zahra from South.
Right.
She had Zahra Kanani.
That's right.
We had asked her to come down with Sheikh Noor from the religious prospects of it. And then we had Safia Tharu. That was the first Wheel seminar. Then there was a lot of feedback. They wanted a second one. So there was either a continuation of understanding more, and there were some who wanted to hear again.
Okay.
So we had a second one. Then we had somebody from an outsider, an external, to come in with Zahra Kanani and Sheikh Nuru on the religious side of it. With the Kumbhs as well, obviously we had Marhum Zafar Abbas' son.
Malik, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, son.
Son.
Yeah. Abbas. Yeah, okay.
He came from Leicester to
That's
deliver.
right, yeah.
That was very successful, and in fact, that was the first time there was a feedback again. They wanted a second one.
So you had a second one?
Correct, we did. So, and then after that, last year, there was all this hype of AI, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And AI was something very new for me, so I was trying to understand and navigate. And I said, okay, why don't we do something? So I had a contact, Mohammed Mauji, from Philippines,
Right.
and I got in touch with him because I was already in touch. My son was already in touch to use him for his business.
Right.
So I happened to mention to Mohammed, why don't we do, whilst you are here in London, give me your dates and we can organize an AI seminar. And obviously he came down, he flew in, along with Akbar Datu and my nephew, Suhail Nur Muhammad. All 3 hosted a seminar here, in fact here as we speak. And
when was that?
This was last year.
Right, okay.
Towards last year, early part of last year. No, I tell a lie, 24. End of 23, early part of 24. We had that. And now I'm already in touch with Akbar. In fact, last couple of days I've been in touch with him that now, because there was that introduction, we want to do a little bit more than introduction and to bring in how it would impact our religion using AI.
So that's the next planning that you're doing?
Inshallah,
right.
in
Okay.
Ramadan. So there is something coming up.
Right. So now, I want to now talk about the welfare work that you did with Ramzanbhai Dhanji. What was that?
Okay, so with Ramzanbhai Dhanji, Safdarbhai's wife Malika was part of the welfare, and she was obviously getting married and leaving the country. She handed it over to me, and what we used to do is go to elderly people's house, see how they are doing, check on them, and then any welfare issue would come to Ramzanbhai, be it if it is a female, then it would come to...
with discreetness or openness?
No,
or?
very discreet.
Right.
Very discreet. If it was very personal. You know, very personal, it would be...
And he would deal with it?
Yes. In fact, he would call me, Anwarbhai Dhanji, the classic cars, and myself.
Right.
And we would just have this little small meeting, and we would take the case away, whoever would be able to. at that point.
Okay.
So
and you deal with it.
And we deal with it.
And successful.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, yeah, it has been. And then Masmanti.
Is this work being done still or not?
Yeah, it has been on and off, but it is still there. But now because welfare has, currently the welfare body is now into different segments. So there's well-being, there's grants, loans. You see all different sectors.
Under the Jamaat?
Correct. Okay. It's a buju. Welfare is a buju.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
it's under the umbrella of Jamaat. So with Ramzanbhai, we were hit with the Gulf War and etc. So we were collecting a lot of clothes and stuff. Then we shipped it out to appropriate countries and etc. So this was something which we did it under Ramzanbhai's portfolio.
Right, okay. This gives a good picture of what you were doing at the time. But obviously you're not involved anymore with the welfare side of it now.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
No.
So now, how have you found your role as a World Federation Councillor?
I love it. I enjoy the most.
Why do you enjoy it?
Huh?
Why do you enjoy it? I mean, what is it that makes you, enjoy the role itself?
Okay, first, let me say I was quite apprehensive when.
But how did your position as an appointed come about? Safdarbhai appointed you? So
I'll just tell you how. I don't know whether it's peculiar or was it spooky, what word to use, I'm not sure here. Obviously, as I mentioned, Murtazabhai and Sajjadbhai had approached me. They had a small meeting with me at Airfield, and I suggested and asked if I could take that role.
As a World Federation Councillor?
No, as an OB.
Office bearer, yeah. Okay.
That was on a Sunday.
Right.
Following week, the same week, Wednesday, my phone rings and it's Safdarbhai. And I said to my husband, Safdarbhai ringing me? He said, just answer, maybe it's something to do with family, because he's part of family as well.
Right, okay.
I said, okay, let me answer. And there it is, Safdarbhai telling me, Sukaina bhai, I've heard this and etc. And I want to, as you know, I've come into the second term of my leadership as the president of WF. I can appoint, and you are one of those, and etc. I said, oh my God, Safdarbhai, I am not sure. I've never done at a Jamaat level, yes, but I don't know nothing about WF. And no, don't worry, everything. I said, okay, I'll give you my jawab on Friday.
Right.
My jawab will be on Friday. I will let you know. I said, okay, just let me know, message me, and I will call you back. And something straight away. I didn't have to think. I didn't have to think. My heart was aligned.
Longing for it.
Yeah. So I said, okay, Bismillah. Friday, I said, okay, I'm ready to take the challenge.
When was that position given to you?
A year and a half ago.
A year and a half. So 1.5 years. How many meetings have you attended?
Okay, so I've had meetings we normally have online.
Right.
And obviously I've also got a portfolio. So it's not...
What's your portfolio?
Okay, my portfolio is Khoja Heritage. Khoja Heritage plus, like when there is ESCOs, if there is any conferences to be done, I mean, to help out. So obviously there's next ESCO, which is happening in Dar es Salaam. So I will be helping.
So when you get a portfolio of Khoja Heritage, what does it involve? Okay,
so I'm under Hasnain Walji. So he is the lead for the Khoja Heritage. And once a year, we have a kind of event relating to heritage, our heritage. Right. So as I mentioned...
so you must read my book then?
I haven't actually.
You have or you haven't?
I haven't. Well, I need to know. Okay. I need to know about your book, sorry.
Yeah, you should.
What's your book's name?
Khoja Shia Ishnasheries of East Africa.
Oh, I think I've heard about that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so
anyway, I just pardon for I was just
okay, so so why you said that, why am I so chuffed about my role? Yeah. Okay, they've really welcomed me in the team.
Right.
I cannot thank Ali Jawad Bhai.
Right.
The respect, the assistance into little small questions I may have, sometimes really silly and stupid. He would say, there is nothing like silly or stupid question. A question is a question. And I've got a mentor.
Who's your mentor?
My mentor is Mahmoud Baidala. He's the head of WF Aid.
Right.
Yeah, so I reach out to him if there is anything I need to, anything I'm not very clear of, unsure, so I do go to him.
So how do you see the discussion at the WF level? How do you find the maturity of it?
Okay, the maturity, very professional. Very, very professional, I must say.
Right, good.
Yeah, and the balance with the team, men versus women, I am very proud to say that.
So there the female participation is quite higher than the Jamaat participation of the female, yeah?
And especially youth.
Yeah.
We've got a good team of youths who have joined WF, and I can see all that energy from them, and it's just marvelous. And don't forget, because I'm based here, we've got quite a few councillors around the world, yeah? So we've got in India, Pakistan.
And you connect with them?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah. Especially, yes, when I've got some events to do, then yes, we do connect. Obviously, marketing team, and we've got two female who are in the marketing team.
So how do you see the London voice coming into World Federation then?
I mean,
Because London has a view, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As a Jamaat, they must have a view.
Yeah.
They must have some challenges.
Yeah.
So how do you see a Jamaat's, your own Jamaat's position being discussed or being deliberated
at that point,
at that forum,
yeah.
or even through the regional forum? But do you feel that voice comes to the forum of the World Federation?
It would be, to be very honest. I mean, every Jamaat has got their ups and downs, their good points, their bad points, their challenges. Every Jamaat has got that. Their successes, their challenges, their obstacles. Obviously, I mean, at that level, when I'm in that meeting, it's not been discussed, to be very honest. Obviously, with London Jamaat, it would be, the parent body would be COAG, then COAG, then WF, if you see what I mean. But at that level, I would not be hearing London Jamaat's issues going to WF.
It's one of the big Jamaats, isn't it?
It is one of the very big Jamaats, but I've not heard at that level, to be very honest. I mean, obviously, me being in the EC...
But the challenges, I mean, I just, sorry, cut you off. The challenges in the Jamaat, a big Jamaat like this, and the challenges you discuss at the WF level, do you relate it?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not on the Jamaat level, it's more on the processes,
no,
what they
I'm
want to
saying
bring in.
Is that Jamaat level challenges
Ji.
And the challenges that you discuss at the WF level,
Ji.
are they relatable?
No.
They're not relatable.
No. No, not as far as all the meetings I've been so far, no.
Right.
Because you see, with WF, they are looking more into the details of not the Jamaat, but overall how WF can impact the other Jamaats, if you see what I mean. What is the impact? But we don't discuss the nitty-gritties of
the
each
whole
Jamaat.
the whole thing, the whole structure is such that the voice that are there,
Yeah.
and the voice that needs to be satisfied,
Yeah.
are the voices that must be satisfied through the hierarchy we have created.
Correct, yeah.
And if we fail to listen to that voice,
Yeah.
reaching up there,
It
that's
does,
what I'm
it
saying.
does get channeled up, there's no doubt.
Effectively?
Effectively,
Okay.
because then it comes to the ESCO, where then you then deliberate on it.
Okay.
And then you come to
So,
a stage where
that
there is a
that is done, yeah?
compromisation. Correct.
According
yeah,
to you.
in that,
Okay,
in
that's
that
fine.
form,
Okay.
yeah.
So, what is the other thing that excites you then?
What other things excites me?
The whole atmosphere?
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that the whole global community is there, and that's interesting.
Yeah, and
that's very good, isn't it?
And I think the main key thing is also leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you've got...
So how do you find Safdarbhai's leadership?
Oh my Lord, I can sing. I can sing.
All right. So now I want to now end. Okay.
Ji.
So, do you feel that up and coming generations in our community will be facing challenges perhaps we did not even imagine in our lifetime? And how do you think, are we equipped as an institution? Now, you have to be candid here. Are we equipped as an institution to overcome these challenges?
That's a very good question. And I have also been thinking the same. With the first and foremost, the biggest worry I have is the technology. How fast AI has crept in and how our kids are going to be affected. That's one of those. I mean, on the WF side, they are already looking at the AI. As a Jamaat, I'm not sure if we are really equipped for that. And that's where, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, that I want to have a second seminar with Akbar Datu for him to explain to the parents what challenges will be for the children who will be growing up, the new generation. That's one of the key. The second, I would say the challenge is or would be our heritage, Koja heritage. We can see a lot of our young, and I can talk about myself because my son's married to an Iraqi girl, and I can see that pattern even now coming into the community even more.
So the culture.
Culture.
Okay, the culture that we are used to it, our great-grandfather and grandfather used to it.
Correct.
That's disappearing, do you think?
It will start to phase out. And we really need to work hard on that.
So if I were to say to you that, look, basically and fundamentally, there are three very important institutions in our community which, if we do not have it, we don't function as a community. For example, one is family.
Correct, absolutely.
One is Madressa.
Madressa.
And one is
the community at large.
The member. These are the three institutions that we have always relied upon.
Correct.
Because we are a Mazhabi community in that sense.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that these challenges, I mean, I know we talk about AI and all that. I mean, AI has been around for some time. Obviously, it's now making an inroad. Technology is always in our hand, how we use it.
Use it, yeah.
Right? So if we have the right iman, if we have the right upbringing, if we have the right way of organizing our destiny, then really it's in our hand, isn't it?
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So the AI and all that, although they are there, but if we get the foundations right,
correct, yeah.
in terms of our family, in terms of our religion, in terms of member and madrasa and all
but
that.
then even the member is very important.
That's what I'm saying.
Who is on that member as well?
That is
because
right,
we've now got so many other ideologies, and which obviously whatever little knowledge I would know, I would still not be too sure whether it's coming from the correct.
So the
pulpit as well has got a lot of. In fact, we have got a lot of responsibility who we put.
No, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
Well.
So, but the important thing is that as an individual, as every one of us, have a responsibility and have responsibility to make sure that whatever we hear from wherever sources, it doesn't have to be member, it can be social media as
correct,
well, that we go and check it ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that side of it is very important, don't you think?
Yes, 100%.
Right, okay.
100%.
Anyway, the last part now.
Okay.
Your advice to the leaders of the community?
Leaders of the community.
Both Jamaat, Regional Federation and World Federation. Now that you are an office bearer and you are also a World Federation councillor,
okay.
Anything that you feel that you want to share candidly?
Yeah. I would say we all are equal at the end of the day. Men and women.
Yes.
Equally to be treated. Respect.
Yes.
Hear them out.
Yes.
That's the key. And bearing in mind, we women are the 60% of the community. We are the women who raise our kids. We are the women who look after the home environment as well. It's just not men with ego, where they would have some sort of resilience, if you see what I mean, when a female is saying, when a woman is coming up with something, hear them out.
With respect.
With respect.
Yeah.
That is all what I would say to the
Yeah.
leadership.
That's right.
Leadership within the basic, which is the Jamaat, coming to regional, then coming to WF as
yeah.
well.
No, that's a very good point.
And more women should be in the
position of decision making as
correct
well. Yeah.
position
Yeah.
and decision making.
Right. Yeah.
Equally.
Yeah. Yes.
Equally, it shouldn't just be the men
Yeah.
who would be making the final decisions.
Yeah.
You see, and if you really go and see now in our community, a lot of women are with good careers.
Yes, and
we
they
need
can
to-
contribute. Yeah.
And they can contribute, and we need to tap on them
That's right. Yeah.
for their services, their experiences, their, you know.
We lose out as a community if we
Correct.
don't tap onto it.
Correct,
right? Okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well, on this positive note, we have come to the end of this really interesting conversation, I have to say, Sukaina bhai, your passion, and I mean, it comes out, by the way, to work for the community, and your commitment.
Alhamdulillah, it's the opportunity I've had.
But
Alhamdulillah.
Allah has given you this opportunity, and you've taken it, which is a wonderful thing. Your commitment to the community obviously oozes out, I can see that, and I'm sure will entice so many others to also contribute like you are doing as a volunteer. We hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you continued strength and still to make substantial contribution at the WF forum, and I'm sure at the regional forum as well, and at the Jamaat forum. You're one of the first lady who has become an office bearer, so that obviously you have now charted a path for many others to follow. So may Allah bless you, and your contribution is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's the key, right?
For the betterment of the community.
Yeah, that's the key. It goes into Qabiliyat.
Yes.
And
yes,
that's
of course,
what it is. We
Yeah.
are humans at the end of the day, but.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
And thank you for having
Right.
me.
With these thoughts, we bid farewell to our audience as well.
Thank you.
Until we meet next time. Khuda Hafiz.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much again. It was a really enjoyable conversation. Thank you.